All right. Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you. Today is Tuesday, September 30th, 2020. We've been doing these live Facebook Lives, and also we're on YouTube Live, offering hope and healing in whatever way comes up. By the way, I'm RoyceThomason. I am just glad to be here sharing. I believe that all of us have a responsibility to really embody whatever gifts that we've been blessed with, in service to humanity, or in service to the earth, or in service in general, in service to God in one way or another, based on whatever our particular strengths are, whatever our particular gifts are, um, whatever our particular passion is. And for me, it's in terms of encouraging people, helping to encourage and instill hope, uh, inspire a desire to have a closer communion with God, and also, helping person to experience healing. I'm blessed to be somebody who gets to participate in the healing of people, and have been very thankful and honored to be able to do that for the last couple decades, and very thankful for every opportunity that I get um, to participate in the realm of miracles in that way, and that's truly what it is. And so we're here. We've been doing it at noon Central Time every Wednesday. Uh, Probably won't be here at noon Central next week, and kind of exploring the possibility of switching to another time, possibly a different day. When we first started doing this, for the most part, everybody was home, um, because everybody was kind of locked in. But things are starting to open up now. A lot of people are back at work, and a lot of people aren't necessarily able to come in the middle of the day like they used to before. I do see, however, that there are a few people here. And so I just want to send a virtual hug and love out to everybody who is here. If you would, please just wave or say hi. Let us know that you're here. Jennifer, what's going on, Jennifer? Always glad to see you here. And it's always a pleasure to share in the space. Thank you, and blessings right back at you. It was set up a long time ago that every hope, every wish, every intention that anyone has towards me, that turns returns to them double, whether positive or 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 negative, if you will. So thank you for sending the good vibes my way. Double are returning to you. So very thankful for that. So, and thank you for sharing, Jennifer. I really appreciate that. I believe that this is really valuable work. We have the opportunity not only to help people to get past physical pain or physical health conditions that they're dealing with, but also an opportunity to really come into greater alignment with the real truth of who we are, and also, really be able to participate with God, and what to me is a very beautiful and a very powerful way. We do this work. We're aware that ultimately God is the healer, but we get to participate in that work. Greetings, Versandra. Good to see you, my sister. But we get to participate in that God work, um, and it continues to be a blessing, whether we're on the so-called giving side of the healing or the so-called receiving side of the healing. The blessing goes both ways, because we're in the presence of the miracle working power of God um, when we're interacting with one another in that way, doing this what I consider to be sacred work. So it's truly beautiful, and an honor and a privilege to be able to do this. I say each week. Um, this is something that we each have access to. We each have access to. There's so much going on right now that it, can really help to really come back home to the truth of who it is that we really are, that we can come back into alignment with that which lifts our spirits. Because frankly, there are a lot of things right now that can be discouraging. The first presidential debate in the U.S. was last night. A lot of people felt discouraged about the turmoil that was going on in that, and are saying that the presidential debate wasn't very presidential. And these are one of these two people is going to be president of the United States and leading the country. So there are a lot of things that people can feel discouraged about, upset about, fearful about, but it's really, really important that we do everything that we can to stay in alignment, and when we fall off track, to get back in alignment with that which actually uplifts us. I don't believe that it's appropriate or a good idea for us to just stick our heads in the sand and not be aware of the things that are going on. I think there's definitely value in being aware of the things that are going on, the events that are currently taking place, because that gives us some idea or some impetus to some degree of where we need to direct some attention in terms of where some work is needed, where some healing can happen, where we need to direct some love and light, where we need to be very intentional about actively co-creating for something that is more desirable. And so I do believe that that's very important. And I believe it is also very, very important that we do the self-work, the important self-work that we need to do to keep ourselves in tune with the presence of God dwelling within us, with the higher perspective that no matter what's going on in these changing vicissitudes of life, that really from a broader perspective, from a higher perspective, you know, it isn't as chaotic as it seems up close. There is a greater harmony that's unfolding in the midst of all of this. So yes, Jennifer, definitely need to come back to the truth of who we are. And congratulations! I was going to send you a text, by the way, congratulating you on your closing. So kudos to you and congratulations to you on that. We're just sending positive vibes your way and celebrating that with you. Um, so I want to check in. I know that Versandra has said hello. Jennifer has said hello. I've seen that a few people have been in and out. Just want to welcome you to this space. Glad to have you here. If you don't, choose to say hello, that's fine. We would love for you to say hello because it's just good to know who is here, who's in the space with us. I certainly appreciate it. I'm just really looking at a green dot on my computer. I don't actually see anybody here. It's not quite the same as being live. It's Facebook Live, but it's definitely still not quite the same as being live with other human beings, interacting directly with other human beings. So it's always a pleasure to be able to know who it is that we're interacting with, who it is that we're sharing the space with. Because when you come in broadcasting through this third-party service, StreamYard, I'm able to let's rewind that record, play it back. I'm not able to see who's actually coming in unless you comment, even if you like or hit the love button or something like that. I'm not able to see that until actually after the broadcast is over. So always appreciate you all saying hello or letting us know that you are here. Each week also, we make available opportunity for any healing. If there's anybody who is experiencing any physical pain or any emotional turmoil or, distress or anxious or, symptoms of dealing with COVID-19 or worry or just anything, we're happy to offer that support. We don't have to be going it alone in terms of the things that we're going through. I believe that we're here to be here for one another. I think of a scripture that It says a friend loves at all times, and a brother or sister is born for adversity. So when people are going through stuff, it's important for us to be able to have one another's backs. And in the times that we're in right now, and this point in human history on planet Earth, um, it's an interesting time, and a lot of people have been feeling a lot of different things. Sometimes they talk about it to people that they feel safe discussing it with. Sometimes, may just kind of keep those things inside, and just kind of deal with it the best way they know how. But we're also able to provide some support, not just verbally, but in terms of clearing up blockages that may be stuck within a person's being somewhere, that may be stored in the cells of the body somewhere, that's not allowing the energy to freely flow. So even the word emotion is energy in motion. We're supposed to be in a state of flow, and sometimes there might be some negative emotions that might take place, some things that might be unresolved, and those things can get stuck in the body, and they can create problems, not only mentally and emotionally, but even physically. Even physical issues, the root of those issues is something that's non-physical. They don't usually talk about that at the doctor's office. Um, they may say that stress can contribute to things like high blood pressure, but really the reality of the matter is that nothing that's going on in the physical world is really rooted in the physical world. No problem that is taking place in the body, even if it's from an injury that's been sustained, none of that is actually ultimately rooted um, in the physical body, or at least in physical things that have taken place. There may be a connection, but that's not the whole of it. Um, Yes, Versandra says, "Love our elders; they are suffering in silence. Let there be light." Yes, and one of the things is that you know you mentioned Versandra about the elders. You know, there have been cultures and societies in human history where the elders were always honored and cherished and revered, and when they um, uh, ascended in years, they also uh, became more and more respected and admired and cherished, and even getting to the point where they weren't able to necessarily physically do some of the things that they used to be able to do for themselves. Um, the community, the family, and loved ones would come in and support and make sure that they had all their needs. And our culture in the United States, at least, um, a lot of times our elders, we kind of forget about them. And really, elder isn't really even just a matter of age. It isn't one's age that actually makes one an elder, but one's wisdom that makes one an elder. And so, it's important for us to be able to, and usually a lot of times that does come with age. With age tends to come wisdom from life experiences and learning. Um, and growing in just another level of awareness about things and about life, and interacting with others, and dwelling in harmony. And so uh, unfortunately, a lot of times in this current culture, we forget about our elders, or we kind of put them off to the side, or we stick them in homes. I know that a couple of you all who are here, don't fall into that category, because I know personally what your commitment is to elders in your life directly. Is you're both very, very good to them, and make sure that they're well taken care of, um, and sowing love into them, and that's truly a blessing, and I want to honor um, you two for doing that. The two of you, you know who it is that I'm talking about. If you don't want your business shared, I'm not going to say your names, but um, Yeah, but yeah, it's really important that we remember, to see them, to check on them, because a lot of them are more isolated now than usual due to COVID-19. So it's really important that we reach out to them, that we are doing what it is that we need to do to help them feel loved and honored and valued and appreciated. Um, it's a reality of life that um, we come into this world needing to be tended to, uh, and we frequently leave this world needing to be tended to. Um, and hopefully, along life's journey, we remember to take care of one another, uh, take care of our young, take care of our elderly, and take care of each other in general. So, thank you for that, by the way, Versandra and Jennifer, the Amen Corner on that. I definitely appreciate that. I believe that wisdom comes from God, and I really do believe that the more time we spend consciously aware of dwelling in the presence of God and our in spiritual communion, the more we're opened up to the wisdom of God to show up through us. I don't know how wise I actually am, but I'm thankful for every opportunity that some wisdom flows through me. And I think that's Dulcie saying aloha. Given I don't know of anybody else who comes here and says hello, aloha, nor anyone else who um, tunes in from Hawaii. It just says Facebook user on this end. And what we're able to gather from the past is that means you're probably viewing from the Transcending the Matrix Facebook group. But I'm pretty sure that's Dulcie that's saying aloha. So aloha back at you, Dulcie. Glad that you're able to make it safely back to Kauai and yeah, and sending out love and appreciation and in your direction. Okay, yeah, I figured that was you. I figured that was you. So just want to again check in with everybody. How's everybody doing? Anybody have any questions or any concerns? Whether that's dealing with personal health matters for those of you um, who've been trained in the Transcending the Matrix work itself. Any questions regarding the work or things that may have come up um, in the process of doing the work, or any questions or concerns anybody has about the direction that things are going in on the planet, or anything of that nature. Feel free to put that in the chat. We'll certainly be glad to address that. And quite honestly, for me, it's much more interesting that way than me just sitting here looking at a green light talking to it. I know I'm talking to you, but my physical experience is looking at this green light, trying not to squint as this ring light is right behind it, shining in my face so that you can actually see me. So, excuse my moment of goofiness. Um, but yeah, so if anybody has any comments or any questions, certainly more than happy to address that. Um, so please don't hesitate to. I don't really know why it does that. Shows Facebook user if you're in the Facebook group. Um, so Dulcie says, how can we pray for the most positive outcome of the election? I appreciate that question, Dulcie. Uh, what I would say in response to that, and one thing that I believe that it's good for all of us to do, is to continue to hold the country in the highest light that we possibly can. To continue to hold the vision and hold sacred space for good being manifest in the earth, and certainly here in the United States as a whole. Just continuing to see it showered with light and with love and with peace. Um, and I really believe that that's really, really important that we do that. There does definitely seem to be a lot of divide, a lot of division, a lot of separation that's present in this current election cycle. Um, Yeah, so I really believe that it's important for us to continue to just hold the country in the light, to really check in with whatever it is that we've got going on personally, because it's real tempting and real easy to step into a fear-based state based on what it is that we're seeing, whether on whether through the media, including social media, or the things that we're hearing in conversations, or just things that might be coming up. It's real easy to go into like a really fear-based state regarding that. But the more that we can really check ourselves when we go to that place, and really do that important spiritual self-care, and keep our own vibration aligned. And then if we can find examples of things going on in the country that are encouraging, to focus our attention on those things. I think most of the people who come here, and really I don't know who all the people who come are. I just know who the people are who say something, which is usually people who I know directly and who've actually been through the Transcending the Matrix training, such as all three people who've commented today. Um, but I think all of us know that energy follows consciousness. That where it is that we're thinking, that we're focusing our attention, we're we're adding energy to that, adding further energy to that, and actually helping to bring that into manifestation. So, um, I think the more that we can find the things that actually encourage us and uplift us about the country, and the direction that it could go into, we can make room for the fact that there definitely appears to be a possibility of things going a direction that's very undesirable. And we can allow for the idea that that is a possibility, but then remind ourselves, but there's another possibility as well, or but there are other possibilities as well, and focus on that as well. I know that for those of you who've done the Transcending the Matrix training, you know that we start off with a very, um, I refer to it as a scientific prayer. Although the words don't have to be followed exactly, it is important for the integrity of that prayer to stay intact, because it does, it's acknowledging God, it's acknowledging where things appear to be, it's acknowledging your ability to participate in the power of God to move and to work in beneficent and meaningful ways. Um, and then ultimately going to a space of uh, acknowledging, hey, this is a done deal. That which we seek is already fulfilled. So I probably gave you the long, drawn out version of of that question, Dulcie. My apologies for that. So you say love, light, love, and peace. That works. Um, yeah. How do we keep ourselves from falling into fear? I don't think that it's necessarily bad for fear to come up for us. Uh, I think it's natural for the fear to come up for us. I think it's helpful for us to recognize that fear has come up for us. A lot of times, is people who are on a spiritual path, we have our idea of what the ideal is, or what would be the spiritually evolved place to be. You know, and where we might be might not quite line up with where it is that we think that we should be. So I do believe that there is value in being present to what is actually coming up. Um, and if we can acknowledge what it is that is coming up, we can then acknowledge the possibility of moving into something different, something more desirable. So I can give you, I can share with you that I had an experience just the other day, last week, last Friday, where there was something that I wasn't feeling uh, at my optimal vibrational level concerning um, a particular matter, and um, I had to acknowledge that's what I was feeling is what I was feeling. I felt some anxiety, some discomfort around it, um, and I ended up uh, really just kind of becoming present to that, acknowledging that, and then after I acknowledged it, I said, "You know what, God? You know what my concern is regarding this. I really want to just relinquish this. There's some things that are within my control. There's some things that aren't. Um, but whether I can control a particular outcome or not, whether I can control how something happens, that's not the determining factor. That doesn't have to be the determining factor for how I feel." And um, and by the grace of God, I was able to kind of surrender that and release it and turn it over to God, um, and I had an increased sense of peace. And then something really interesting happened. Once I let that go, something really interesting happened, and the thing that I had concern about, something unexpectedly shifted. Um, that I actually felt really good about how that shift, ultimately took place. So it's really kind of magical how that happens, quite honestly. But I think that it's okay to become present to the fact that the fear is there. I think that a part of the way that we keep from falling into the fear is acknowledge its presence, and then acknowledge an opportunity for something else to come and to fill that space. In my particular case, what I called in to fill that space, where the fear and the anxiety was I called surrender into that space. And I found that for me that helped in a real significant and tangible way that actually ended up manifesting um, in the changing of physical circumstances. So that was pretty cool. I was very grateful for that. Um, and I I think that that's an approach that can work. I'm sure that's not the only approach, but I found it to be helpful and useful for me. So I do want to ask: does anybody have any area or any issue that you're wanting to address as far as some healing is concerned? Any, whether that's pain or anxiety or worry or any other kind of health concerns or anything of that nature at all? Again, we're certainly more than happy to offer some support where that's concerned. I know that we're on a little bit of a delay, so I'll give it a few seconds to give everybody an opportunity to respond. Um, I wish there was a way that this could be, kind of in real time, but it is just kind of a reality of the StreamYard service that it is on a little bit of a delay by the time it's actually broadcast into. Um, by the time it's actually broadcast into Facebook, and I presume by the time it's actually broadcast into YouTube as well. Okay, so um, Jennifer has. Oh, wow! I just saw your comment, Dulcie. I'll come back to that. Jennifer says illustration around manifesting the acceptance of the paperwork just sent and move to successful closing without delay. Jennifer, you want to come on screen for that? Um, in in the meantime, Dulcie, are you experiencing like some significant itching? You said that you think you picked up some poison ivy on the trip. Are you dealing with like some skin irritation as a result of that? Okay. Um, and by the way, let me see how I can. Okay. Okay. So yes, yes to the itching. Okay. I don't see a response from. Okay. All right. And by the way, you all can come on and just be on verbally without actually sharing your camera. Um, it's not required that you share your camera to come on um, actually into directly into the stream itself. So um, I know last week actually we actually did that, and the person didn't really want to share their camera, but we were able to bring them on. Okay. Okay. Dulcie, by the way, says that she's afraid of itching. It goes from the little spot to the full body explosion in little time. Dulcie, do you want to come um, on live, whether on camera or not on camera? You can actually control whether you share your camera or not. And we're gonna address your concerns as well, Jennifer. We'll see to it that we address both of you guys' concerns and uh, provide both of you with some support. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to see if I can do is I don't know if I'm going to be able to share it. I want to post the link, but the link is only going, it's not going to post into Facebook. It's only going to post onto YouTube. I don't know why that is the case. But what I'll try to do real quickly, Dulcie, is um, I'll see if I can send it to you via Messenger. Okay, so if you can give me just a moment, I'll see if I can get that to you. Okay, so I just sent you, Dulcie, I just sent you the link in Messenger. So you should be getting that any moment. I don't know why it isn't allowing me to comment into the Facebook stream. Um, not sure why that's not sure why that's the case exactly. Okay. In the meantime, while we're waiting for Dulcie, um, I don't mean to make light of your situation, Dulcie. I was going to say who's itching to come in. um, Forgive the shameless play on words. Um, so Jennifer, you I guess you submitted the paperwork today. You just submitted it, and you're saying illustration around manifesting the acceptance of the paperwork just sent and moved to successful closing without delay. I guess I want to kind of get a little bit further clarification on what you're saying with that, Jennifer. Um, if you could just provide a little bit further clarification, I'd really appreciate that. Okay, let's see. Illumination. Uh, can you elaborate on illumination in the context of what you're saying here? I want to get just a little bit further clarity on. on the request. So if you could help with that, I'd really appreciate that. Okay. Um, okay, so they asked for some additional information in the final hour that you just sent over. Okay, so what's your actual experience? Are you feeling like anxious about it, or concerned that all the paperwork isn't together? Um, are you feeling, maybe a little fearful that the closing isn't going to go through or something? Okay, and we're still waiting on. Okay, here is Dulcie. Okay, Dulcie, your camera is being shared right now, but if you don't want to share your camera, you can click where it says, ooh, you're on from your phone. I can't hear you yet because I haven't brought you on yet. Because if you don't want to be seen physically, I don't want to bring you on in that situation because right now you can be seen physically. Okay, I'm not able to read your lips successfully. Are you able to post a comment in the comments about what you're saying? I'm definitely happy to bring you on. I just don't want to put you in an uncomfortable situation if you didn't want your camera to be shared. And I definitely am not able to read your lips. And you're sideways for some reason, by the way, too. And now upside down. And now sideways, just okay. Now, now it's right side up. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but I can't make out what you're saying. So and I'm still not really sure what Jennifer's talking about illumination either. In the actual chat. Um, Jennifer, if you can share a little bit about what your actual experience is. Oh, okay. So you're okay with this. I think you were
Yes.
saying you're okay with camera. Is that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. How you doing, Dulcie?
I'm good, but a little itchy.
Good, but a little itchy. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So where are you experiencing the itchiness right now?
On my foot, on my left foot, my left leg, the left under my left eye, my left arm, my right back, and that's all.
Okay. So you've got it in several different spots, but it can jump to other places as well.
Oh yeah, I don't dare scratch.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Okay. Um, and
And I have a sore on my lip, but
is that itchy too?
no.
Okay. Um, okay. So, um, as far as the itching is concerned, how intense is the itching?
It goes anywhere from a 4 to a 9.
Like right in this moment.
In this moment, there are areas of 5, 6, and 7.
Okay. So where is it the seventh?
Um, on my hind end.
Okay. Oh, you didn't even mention that before.
Well, it just started itching.
Oh, okay. All righty. Um, okay. Um, and by the way, I kind of seeing your comment now too, Jennifer. So um, I'll definitely want to address that. with you too. But let's in the meantime, let's get Dulcie addressed with her itching. So you say it's about a 7 on your backside in terms of the itching.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you've also got the foot,
The
where else
foot,
did you say the
the
back?
leg, the left foot, the left leg. Now it's left elbow, um, left cheek, and
Okay, so we're
now
just
it's
gonna
really itching on my left foot.
okay, so we're just gonna address the whole body there. Okay, so God, I know you to be a healer, and through the union that we share, through the power of the Holy Spirit and pure love, the God in me demonstrates you as a healer on behalf of Dulcie Wright, neutralizing the root cause of all experience of itchiness and skin irritation everywhere in her body, from the point of the causal root in the entire energetic structure in every strand of DNA in every cell of her body, every strain particle of her existence, transmuting that into and replacing it with a sense of uh, calm and delight in your skin. Um, and just general sense of well-being and pleasure in her skin. And I bear witness to her wholeness on this date, in this time and space called now. Thank you, God. Thank you for this gift of your divine love. It is done. It is done. It is done. Okay. So, Dulcie, I'm guessing you were maybe in some woods somewhere or something?
I was yes, I was in the woods, and yes.
Okay. All right. So let's look at poison oak or poison ivy.
It's poison ivy.
Okay. All right. So let's let's neutralize poison. You know, even the whole word poison and association with poison. Um, and past life experiences in connection with poison, trauma related to poison. We want to just completely neutralize that. Okay. And resolve, you know, the karma connected with that as well. Mainly imagined karma. Okay. Take all 10 of those karmas, send those to the light. Give thanks for the experience and all lessons learned. Increase sense of compassion, self and others, uh, and address all residual karmas. Okay, so what does your skin feel like right now?
Um, there are a couple of places that are still kind of buzzing,
Hmm.
um, but it's feeling much calmer than it had been.
Okay, you said before that your backside was at about a 7. Where would you rate it right
I'd say the backside is about a 2.
Okay.
The foot is about a 5. The rump is about a 3. The rump spiked up to about a 12 when you started working on me.
Oh, wow. Okay. And where would you say it is right now?
The rump's down about a 3. Oh, now it's 2.
Okay. 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 So, is your foot where you're feeling it the most intensely right now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, let's look at emotional foundation and really balance that out. Um, be less susceptible to any irritations. Okay. And and we'll look at just general foundational issues. Um, kind of help balance those out. Uh, okay. So, what does your foot feel like right
It's down to um, it's down to a 1
now? Okay. Where do you feel it most intensely right now?
on my right ankle.
Okay. And where would you rate that right now?
Mm, about a 6.
Okay. All right. So let's look at
Wow. Yeah, things are better.
okay. All right, good. So let's look at just kind of wandering and irritation. Um, you know, at different points in life.
Yeah.
Help to kind of resolve that and kind of neutralize some of that and bring it into harmony and balance.
Okay.
Okay. Um, particularly where you feel like there have been areas where you haven't necessarily watched your steps, so to speak.
Mm, yeah, there's some of those.
Yeah. So we'll kind of help to balance that out and bring that back to harmony. Okay, what does it feel like right now?
It's down to a 2.
Talking about the
And
ankle?
yeah, and I'm feeling ticklish all over my body.
Okay. How's that working for
Um, it's odd.
you? Is it acceptable?
Uh, well, more or less. There's on my left side upper ribs. It's itching at a 3, which is
Okay, so let's you said on which side?
left side.
On your left side? Okay. So let's deal with um, religious intolerance.
Me?
Okay. That you know that you may have been subjected to, um, and conventionalism that led to a lack of that you felt led to a lack of acceptance of your authentic self. Hope to balance that out, placing it with complete acceptance. Okay. What does it feel like right now?
It's reduced to the area on my left upper ribs. It's reduced to just tiny little pin pricks.
Okay. So let's see here. Um, we'll look at There's a word that I'm thinking of. I can't think of. I don't recall what the word is, but I've got the idea in my head. So we'll
Okay.
solve that and kind of help neutralize that.
I feel more peaceful now. I'm noticing that.
Oh, okay, good. What day did this actually all start, by the way?
Um, well, I'd felt little bits of it maybe for 3 or 4 days, but nothing. There was no physical manifestation, no itch.
Okay.
Um, and then when I got home, it yesterday there were two patches on my forearm, and
Mm.
just little bits of prickliness. And then this morning I noticed that I was wanting to scratch the hell out of myself.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
And one scratch leads to misery.
Yeah. So you really felt it most intensely just this morning.
Yesterday and today. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Today I plunged into the fear of the what if.
Okay. All right. So let's look at the fear for a second. Um, and fear really connected to actually psychic trauma. So we'll actually help to resolve that. And then transmute that into and replace it with really just a sense of ease and grace and confidence that all is well. Okay, how does that feel, Dulcie?
Much better. It's down to a 1.
We're talking about the rib right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's see. What else? What else do we have here? Ah. Sorry about that. My brother is FaceTiming me.
Ah,
And it's connected to my computer. So
oh. So Damien?
yes, yes, Damien. I'll have to give him a call back. So let's see. All right, let's see. Jennifer says, shout out to Damien. um,
Hi, Damien.
okay, so how's that right now, Dulcie?
Better, better, better.
And what about the other parts of your body?
Um, Little bit of scratchiness on my face. And I'm
Where on your face?
left side. Oh, I can't where my hand is.
Okay, all right. So like around your cheek and jaw, maybe a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So let's see. Um, let's look at like here we might need to reconcile with a girlfriend. Or reconcile something within yourself regarding a friend. Okay, what does it feel like right now?
Diminished slightly.
Okay, all right, so let's see. Um, look at any. Okay, let's explore the kind of the element. specifically the element of fire, and to balance that out. There's excess of the element of fire. Decrease that by 110%. And then send a cool wind there.
Oh, I just felt wind go up my back.
Oh, really?
Mm. I'm sitting up straight now.
Okay. How's your back feeling?
Better, a little bit of twitchiness, but it's not feeling itchy. It's just feeling twitchy.
Okay. And what about your cheek?
Cheek's just fine.
Okay. All right. And what about your right ankle?
Right ankle is just fine.
Where do you feel it right now?
I feel it. Oh, I think I have a mosquito bite. Oh, is it a mosquito bite on my upper back, or is it poison oak? Well, there is an itch and I don't know what it is.
This is in your upper back?
Yes.
On the right side, left side, in the middle?
Left side. Left side.
Okay. All right. So we'll kind of pinpoint little toxicity there and neutralize that. We'll drop a drop of tea tree oil on
Oh.
it.
Now it's burning. I'm sure the tea tree oil is working.
Is burning, you say?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. So we'll cool that off too.
Okay. Okay. I'm feeling more comfortable. I'm hearing the sound of breeze through bamboo. That's what it sounds like.
Okay. Ready? We'll kind of cool that area off where there's some burning. Okay, what does it feel like right now?
It feels pretty neutral. I feel pretty good. Thank you, Royce.
Okay, you're welcome, Dawson. Your ankle and your foot and everything else are feeling okay?
Yep, I can sit without sensation.
Okay. All righty. Well, I'm presuming that's a good thing for you then.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, Gavin, thank you so much for this opportunity to participate
Thank you.
in this new and improved experience for Dulce. Thank you so much for this gift of your divine love. And we give thanks yet again that it is done.
Thank you.
It is done. It is done.
Yes.
All righty, Dulce.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
That was good. And that was as fun as an itch can be.
Okay.
Goodbye, poison ivy. Thank you,
Yeah.
Transcending the Matrix.
Well, I'm glad that you're feeling better, and glad that you're able to make it safely back to Kauai.
Thank you. Yes.
Mm,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Anything else?
Um, it was amazing doing Transcending the Matrix work up in the plane. It felt
Mm,
like the results were instantaneous
mm,
and the clarity was, oh, powerfully, just powerful. I felt like um, that I didn't have any of the usual mental constructs and questioning while I was up in the air. Everything
mm,
just went smoothly.
mhm. Okay, all righty. Well, I'm really glad to hear that. Yeah, there's
Yes.
something to me about that I always appreciate about flying. Really helps to put things into perspective. Uh,
Yes.
all the things that seem so big and so in your face and so urgent down on the ground, those all those things seem so much smaller and less significant. Not necessarily less important, but less, definitely much less cumbersome, uh, and just having that bird's eye view or plane eye view. um, it just every time I fly and I look down, you know, there's just somewhere that my consciousness goes in terms of seeing that all the things that seem so big really aren't so
Mhm.
monumental at all. And then I see the little trucks and the little cars and the little houses and all that. And I think every time I think for each one of those cars, each one of those people in those cars has a story, their own story that they're riding around with, they're dealing with, and there is significance and value in their story. Um, and I think about how all of us have those, but when we are able to kind of step back and see things from a different perspective, um, it kind of helps to bring some sanity. I think that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Good story.
Mm, yeah, yeah. And thank you for for sharing it. Definitely,
Oh,
appreciate it.
my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you, Royce.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. To God be the glory. So, I know that Jennifer had expressed
Yes.
a concern regarding ease and grace, without delay, um, for this closing process, um, and support with gratitude that it's completed. I don't know, Jennifer, if you're still here or not, but we'll go ahead and uh, give you some support in that direction. Um, so okay, so God, thank you so much for all that you are. That you are always perfecting the things that concern us. I know you to be a resolver of every situation, and I thank you for this opportunity to be able to participate in that resolve being made manifest um, through the power of your pure love and your Holy Spirit on the behalf of Jennifer Bliss, neutralizing the root cause of any fear, worry, anxiety, uh, or any other concerns regarding everything coming together with the paperwork and this closing, and transmuting that into and replacing it with a sense of just ease and grace and um, gratitude that it's a done deal, that it is indeed fulfilled, and that all things successfully and effectively came to. And I bear witness to this experience for her. I bear witness to her wholeness on this date and in this time and space called now. Thank you, God, so much for your divine love. It is done. It is done. It is done. All right. And so, okay, so Jennifer, you are here. Okay. Um, all right. So let's see. We'll just um, we're going to look at any attachment to the outcome, and we're just going to actually give you some support to release that and surrender it to the divine, knowing that you're all taken care of. Um, any need to control what it looks like or how it happens, or any fear or worry or concern regarding a lack of control or not having full control, will actually give you some support to actually help resolve that. Okay. And and just acceptance, allowing, really allowing uh, for it to unfold in a state of ease and grace. Yeah, let it unfold in a sense of ease and grace for you. Okay. Alrighty. And just general sense of gratitude, appreciation, celebration. Yeah, boost that sense of celebration a little bit. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Alrighty. And Jennifer, if you don't mind, just check in with us. Tell us how you're doing with that. If you be so kind, if you get a moment to jot that in the comments, really appreciate that. Okay. Um, okay. So you feel good. Is there any more that you'd like or could use, or you feel like you're in good shape? Oh, and you had a stress pain in your back, and it's better also. Okay. Well, thank God for that. All right. Okay. Well, anything else that you'd like some support on, Jennifer? If you can just let us know. You're smiling and singing "I Surrender All." That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. So are you good then? Are you all set? If so, awesome. If not, we'll give a little more support if needed. But if you're good, then that's wonderful. Yeah, I hear you on that, Jennifer. I love being in the TTM work too. And you said yes, you're great. Okay, fantastic. That's really good to hear. Complete. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. God, thank you so much for this blessing and being able to participate in it, and for all that it means for Jennifer. Really, thank you guys so much. And how about you, Dulcie? Are you good?
I'm good. I'm great. And it was fun to work along with you on Jennifer. I hadn't done that before.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Okay. Okay,
I
fantastic.
I love my Jennifer. And Jennifer deserves every success possible.
All righty, you hear that, Jennifer? That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and get ready to close it down for today. Um, we do, and you're sideways again, or your face is sideways on the screen. I don't know if it is on Facebook or not, but in StreamYard, it's showing up that way.
Well, it
Uh,
shows that I'm right side up, so
Go
I
figure. It was that way when you were on with Anetta at that time too, for some reason.
okay. Let's see. Am I better now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. This
Jennifer
is
says has a big smile and appreciates your support as well, Dulcie,
blowing
and
kisses.
appreciates the
Blowing kisses,
TPMD.
Jennifer. Let me know when this whole thing, um,
So she
when
said
you
that
get
she
the
said
word.
that you're straight on her end. So I guess it's just the way that it's showing up in StreamYard. Um, so she says that you've been appearing straight in YouTube, excuse me, in Facebook all along. Um, I guess I'll just kind of disregard that in the future. Yeah. So for anybody who is interested, this work is, it's a wonderful thing to be able to participate. I'd certainly consider it an honor. And you said the same, both Dulcie and Jennifer. It's a beautiful opportunity, I think, to really be able to participate with God, to be able to um, interact with another soul in a meaningful way, and even to uh, support yourself in doing some good things for yourself in terms of healing, spiritual growth, balancing out things that you're dealing with and things of that nature. Uh, and to me, the biggest thing might not be the biggest thing for everybody, but to me, one of the hugest things is that it really points to how connected we all are. And
Yes.
it really points to God's love for all of us, regardless of what our backgrounds might be, or what kind of things that we've been through, or what kind of things we've caused others to go through in our lifetime. Um, the love and grace of God is always available to us. And really, this work is, in a nutshell, about helping us to become present to that and to experience that, and to really feel the love of God in those spaces where we're blocked or where we've been kind of shut off. Usually, albeit unconsciously, usually it's we ourselves that have kind of cut ourselves off in an attempt to kind of protect ourselves or shield ourselves, but also very likely inadvertently shutting ourselves off from the free flow of good to manifest itself in our lives too. So we're doing this work. It's certainly an honor to be able to do it. I'm here sharing this on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, but it doesn't stop with me. Dulcie and Jennifer and for Sandra and everybody else who's done this training can do this just as well as I can, um, even if they don't all realize that yet. Um, I just have the benefit of more years of experience doing it. Um, we've got a training coming up next month, October 23rd, 24th, and 25th. We're happy to bring anybody through the training who's interested in it. It's a 3-day training. By the second day, later in the day on the second day, you'll be doing, what you see me doing here. Um, yes, thank you for sharing that, Jennifer. Um, it's certainly um, it's certainly my intention to be. And I mean, I say this all the time. It's not anything that's really special about me. I am special in the fact that we all are. We're all unique in our own way. Uh, None of us was created just like anybody else. There's something precious and special and unique and uniquely cherished about each and every one of us. So in that respect, yes, I am special, I am unique. But I am no more unique, no more special, no more loved, no more cherished than you are. All of us are equally loved by God, not because of, based on the things that other people, use to value people, but just based on the nature of God. I consider myself very blessed to be able to kind of be aware of it a little bit. I'm very clear, though, that, again, that it's not something that's special and unique to me. You know, I just, by the grace of God, have kind of become aware, that this is a truth that is present within all of us. Um, and my hope is that we'll all dwell in that space. Um, so uh, I said this earlier, I'll say it again. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I truly feel that way. So next Wednesday, we probably there's a pretty decent chance we won't be doing a live next Wednesday. I'm also exploring possibly switching to a different time because where things are right now, just doesn't always work for everybody to be able to come in the middle of the day, um, which is exactly what it is for most people who tune in. Um, for most of the people who've been in uh, through the course of us doing these lives, um, it's been right in the middle of the day for you, in the middle of the work day for you. Pardon me. And so, that's changed for a lot of people in terms of availability because now a lot of people are busy working at this time. So I may switch it to a different day, and there's a fairly decent chance that I'll switch it to um, a different time, and maybe do it in the evening. Um, or on the weekend sometime or something. So I'm still prayerfully considering that. Yes, I'll definitely keep everybody posted where that's concerned, and uh, just going forward, just kind of stay tuned. If you are interested in training, please reach out and let me know. I don't bite. You can send me a message on either what's this called that we're on again right now? Facebook, or you can send it to me on Instagram at Royce Fletcher Thomason. Royce Fletcher Thomason on Instagram, Royce Fletcher Thomason on um, on Facebook. The thing about it is that if you send it on Instagram, I'll probably see it a little bit quicker because my mailbox just isn't nearly as full as it is on Facebook. If you do send me a message and you don't hear back from me, um, please, just if you don't hear back from me in a day or two, just please send me another message because I just may miss it. This Sunday, actually, I'm going to be speaking for Transforming Love Community at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Uh, 10 o'clock Eastern Time on the Facebook page of the pastor, Reverend Shahira Stevens. So if you want to tune into that this Sunday, I'll be speaking on the theme "Grace for the Journey." So feel free to come check that out. I really miss TLC. I thought it was an awesome community. I still think it's an awesome community. Um, since uh, since COVID, the services are streaming on live right from Reverend Shahira's Facebook page, Shahira Stevens. Um, so I get to participate in the service. I love that community. I continue to, um, and I'm very grateful for Reverend Shahira, whose natal day was actually yesterday. Um, and the whole TLC family. Just some genuinely good folks over there. And I love and appreciate them, and I know that I'm loved and appreciated by them as well. So that's awesome, and I am very grateful for the TLC family and to be able to still interact with them. And TLC is a small community, but when we lost everything in the hurricane, or had to release everything as a result of the hurricane, TLC took good care of us, and I really really appreciate that. Anyway, much love to everybody. I love you. God bless you. I pray some wonderful things are unfolding for you. Congratulations, Jennifer, on your new home, um, and we'll look forward to seeing each other soon. Um, I don't know. Is the whole thing showing up? Okay. And Dulcie said the training is a powerful experience for healers. It adds to your craft and effectiveness. TTM is great for doing personal work on yourself. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, that Dulcie. Yes, it very much does integrate with other things, with other methodologies that you might already be familiar with or already be utilizing. Um, I've used TTM while in the middle of preaching sermons. Um, it can be used in, by therapists and counselors. Anybody in the medical health industry, anybody in ministry, anybody um, in the mental or physical health industries, actually, healers of all types. It's To me, it's beautiful work, and I feel just so honored to be able to participate with it and to be able to share it and teach other people how to access the healing power that's actually in you already. Um, Gosh, that's such a beautiful honor and privilege to be able to do that. So anyway, I love you. I'll look forward to seeing you soon. God bless you, and I'll catch you next time.